Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. I hope you had a fantastic yesterday as well, but we have business to which we must attend with the new year on the horizon. Scump and the OpTic guys are discussing exactly when their streaming scrims may well be stopping. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Lots to dive into today. Very much intriguing your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Top the channel recently, people, and please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, this is from the Call of Duty League. Happy holidays. Was a couple of hints in here maybe of topics we've been discussing over these last several days. If we zoom in and we have a look at this Christmas tree, they come up with a few of the people have been repeated right here, like Clayster gets his image on the top left and the bottom right. Also got Crimsix gets a few occasions here as well. But something I did notice in the middle here is we've got Maven, of course Nameless here as well, Miles on the left hand side. There is some degree of questioning right now as to exactly what's going to go on with the casting pairings into next year. Are we going to get the same casting pairings? Is Maven and Merc going to be back in business once again? Because for some reason they do all the contract stuff so late this CDL, and it seems to be a similar case this time around once again. But Maven being in this kind of Christmas tree may well indicate the relationship there is not exactly soured to the point where these guys are going to be back in business. But it's just kind of frustrating when every single year at the CDL at this point we seem to be celebrating things which just, well, should come as standard, right? The fact that we're kind of like, oh wow, we have 12 teams in the league again, fantastic stuff. Oh wow, we have Maven and Merc back, even though that's not yet confirmed, fantastic stuff. Like, you know, I suppose we could, well, think better and do better in future years with any luck. But also wanted to mention this that came up from the Boston Breach yesterday. The whole, you know, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, all this type of good stuff. Can't go at Christmas without watching Home Alone. But anyway, the Boston Breach tweet this out. They actually said, Merry Christmas, you filthy casuals. They edited it. I thought it was kind of good. Now, of course, as you guys can tell, I'm sure this is an account that popped up a few days ago. And the couple of things that they have tweeted out have been of a pretty high degree of editing quality, right? As this is once again. So you would imagine it's not just some random guy that's taken this Twitter account with the intention of impersonating this, well, the supposed new Boston roster, or what that's going to be called. We believe we know what the roster is going to be in Capstone, Nero, Methods, and TJ. We know it's going to be in Boston. We know who the ownership group is. We don't yet know what the branding and what the team name itself is going to be. Boston Breach apparently is going to be that team, especially you guys can see right here, like, at least in terms of the font and, like, what the colors and the color scheme that they're going with right here for the Boston Breach. Their entire account only joined December 2021 anyway, so, of course, you would imagine this may well be the case. And they've only done a couple of media things so far that have kind of been hinting about the possibility of this team, and just comparing kind of that X that we just saw on screen right there. I guess I'll bring it up for you guys right here, like this thing right here compared to well, compared to this X on screen here, which is the Octane Esports X, which of course is not exactly the same font, but the color scheme is pretty similar. Like, you know, you would think that maybe this and the Boston Breach thing came from the same, or the same hand, let's just say, in terms of who's orchestrating this behind the scenes. So yes, we would imagine Boston Breach may well be the name. It's an interesting one. It's kind of similar to Toronto Ultra in the sense that it doesn't really make all that much sense, but I think it will probably grow on people over time. And Breach just throws you back to a cracking Black Ops 3 map back in the days as well, so never gonna hate on that one, to be honest. So well, if that is the case, good stuff, all things considered. Also wanted to mention this that came out from the CoD Mobile side, kind of remarkable, but look at this. CoD Mobile China was hosting a relegation tourney for their Master Series. I don't watch any of the CoD Mobile stuff, but in fairness, the game is probably way better than what we're playing, and it seems like their production is also next level. Like, look at the stage they come up with here. This is the LAN setup they're going for CoD Mobile. It's just incredible the support this seems to have, and also that the incredible player base it has, especially in regions where mobile esports and mobile gaming really dominates. And I mean, this, for example, like one team gets knocked out. I mean, look at this stage, right? It looks like I'm looking at a League of Legends Championship Series, or it looks like I'm looking at, you know, the International or the League of Legends World or something, with the quality of this stage. And like, we never get anything like this in regular Call of Duty, but apparently, like, well, for the Call of Duty League, the official competitive Call of Duty stuff, we don't get anything like this. But you know, for the LAN event that they're putting on here in China for CoD Mobile, it's absolutely next level, right? So it just makes you think, like, okay, why don't we have this level of support, maybe? Or, you know, you could look at it from certain perspectives. I'm sure you could. But let's dive into this. It wouldn't be Christmas without seeing Scump post this video on the timeline of way back in the day of him getting some Christmas presents. This is an absolute classic one, when he high-fives his mum and stuff. It's just fantastic to see. But you know, just heartwarming stuff at the Christmas times. But he was talking a couple of days ago now in I'm pretty sure the last stream he did before took a bit of a Christmas break. The OpTic guys and most guys, I think, will be back in business for some streams over the coming days, and then maybe a couple of days off for New Year, and then of course the grind really begins, right, in the lead up to, well, the start-off event in the Kickoff Classic on the 21st of January. I believe things are officially kicking off for this season. Now, Scump goes on to say here, I'll just share the clips in a couple of seconds, that you know, what the plans are for the OpTic guys in terms of streaming their practice going forwards. They've been streaming pretty much everything the last several weeks. It's been well, one of the only ways we really get to see how some of these teams are matching up early on. But the OpTic guys, it seems, have decided to take a step away from that. Not even like late in the season. Quite often these guys will say, okay, we'll stream for a little bit at the start of the year, then we'll turn it off before the World Championship. But that hasn't really helped them in previous seasons. So they may have just decided we're not going to stream any practice at all in the lead up to this season and the entirety of this season. And well, that's what Scump goes on to say here.
When is the cutoff for streaming scrims? That's a good question. I don't know. I think we'll probably... I don't know. I feel like we'll probably go just until the start of the new year. And then when the new year starts, we'll probably just like clean cut it right there. That'll probably be like whenever we stop streaming scrims. So we probably... I would say we have a couple more streaming of scrim days. So enjoy them while you can, because we are coming up. We are coming up on that cutoff date. And I know that I know you guys aren't going to like it. Do like the schedule I did last year. We'll probably scrim all day, and then after we're done with scrims, I'll probably hop on play like Caldera. I mean, I'm pretty sure like until League Play comes out, whenever the that ends up happening, we'll probably be playing a lot of Caldera. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, we're just gonna be playing Caldera. Or if like Pro 8s are going on, I might play like Pro 8s and stuff like that. But I mean, in terms of like pubs, I don't really know if Vanguard pubs are like the vibe that I'm really looking for. Umu, I mean, yeah, if they were down to play if they were down to play Umu, I'd be down to play Umu. We're just going to have to find some new things to play. Not new things either. I mean, I've played Caldera on stream. I mean, why not Chows? There's like nobody Chows, dude. I don't like, there's no one plays like after scrims and stuff. Like there might be a couple Chows here and there, but like, dude, there's no Chows, and we're not playing like S&D tourneys where there can be cheaters and shit in them. It's like, it doesn't even make sense.
So Scump says, look, probably what I'll do is I'll do the practice or whatever, like we'll be playing scrims, and then I'll hop on, play Caldera, play Warzone, like don't really want to play public matches. Who could blame him for that one, right? I remember the good old days of when Scump would be playing like, he'd do the 70 challenge in Black Ops 3, try and get 70 kills in a team deathmatch. So that was always good times. And that was just great content for his YouTube and elsewhere as well. But of course, right now it's kind of a different ball game with the way public matches have gone these last several years. And honestly, you can't really blame Scump for this decision, right? The fact that they're going to turn the streams off. This might be something that does kind of come down from the Rambo Ray side, because I do believe, and it is a conversation that is being had every single year, like how much does it harm your gameplay if you're actually streaming your practice? Of course, there is the element of, okay, other teams can look at you play, can understand what you do, and take things away from that in terms of what they're watching, and obviously that's valuable to a certain degree, but probably not the biggest thing. To me, it's more of a thing that, like, hey, can you give your 100% full focus into practicing at the highest level of your ability? Like, that's not going to be the case when you're streaming, right? You're focused on your chat, you're thinking subs, donations, all this type of stuff. There's the other thought process of when you're streaming, like, let's say you're down 100-0 or something, but maybe your entire intention for that practice is just to get good practice on like a P2, P3 rotation or something, but still, because you're on stream, you kind of feel like, okay, we don't want to get blown out against this team on stream because people are going to talk about it, therefore let's just, try and make a comeback, even though if we're not necessarily playing the game the right way, or practicing on the things we intended to practice on. There's all these other complications that come through when you are streaming your practice. So I imagine Rambo might have said, and the other guys have said, look, probably the best thing is just to turn them off when the season really kicks into gear. Now, it seems like that's what the OpTic guys are going to do. Of course, that's not really a great thing for the fans. It's also not a great thing for, guys like CDL Scrim Intel who try and treat this stuff out. I don't know whether Methods is going to continue to stream them as well, because pretty much the only streams that we've seen the last several weeks have been the OpTic guys, Methods team as well in the Boston team. Occasionally, Clayster will turn on his stream and stream some stuff as well, but that's kind of few and far between. And especially given that, the state of the league right now, like, we kind of need as much content as we could possibly get, you could argue. And if scrims are disappearing as well, then yes, that might make some of these teams a little bit better when they come to playing in the proper league, which of course is what they're going for. But from the fan perspective, it's always a bit of an interesting question whether that should or should not be the case, right? And is it interesting really looking back in the day, for example, at the OpTic Dynasty? I thought these were some interesting stats that Dylan's 321 puts here on the Reddit, just about the interesting OpTic Dynasty stats from back in the day. Now, really, this team didn't have to deal with, like, the competition back in the day wasn't so intense, and also, like, this team team effectively with Scump, Formal, Karma, and Crimsix just stacked the best players in the world onto one team and said, okay, off you go. Now, that was pretty much enough to win, regardless of what you're doing. You can stream your practice, you can take things not too seriously, you're going to win series without even trying. And I mean, there's some pretty insane stats, to be honest. Like, for example, Black Ops 3 hardpoint win rate, 86.5% win rate in official matches. They won 18 events. This is Scump, Formal, Crim trio. Of course, well, they had Karma for 13 events over the course of the jetpacks. They had Nade Drop briefly before that as well. Won a load of events in Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 had not too many events. They still won 5 of them. Like, I mean, yeah, some of these stats were kind of absurd. The Infinite Warfare S&D win rate is kind of incredible, really, because in previous games, their Search and Destroy was kind of their weakest game mode. But in Infinite Warfare, Search and Destroy was basically played like TDM. You stack 4 guys to a bomb site and then you just take the gunfights effectively, which, I mean, was great for their kind of playstyle, to be honest. And, I mean, yeah, the highest KD player was Scump at a 1.19. Average placing was under 4, which is pretty absurd over that many tournaments, frankly. And, of course, some tournaments you're going to have awful results and it's going to bring the average down. So that's kind of the thing, I guess, nowadays we really have kicked up into a new gear in terms of what's expected of the pro players and the fact that the streams are, I guess, going to be getting turned off. But it's kind of unfortunate, I guess, from the fan perspective. Definitely intrigued to your perspective down below. This also from Dashi I thought was kind of entertaining as we kind of close down the video. Just, what kind of presents are you guys getting? Bakaj hardpoint with no spawn delay, says Dashi. I mean, that would be pure chaos, right? It's already bad enough as it is. With no spawn delay, that would be absolutely next level. This I also thought was kind of classic from Right? This guy can't stop playing Call of Duty, even if his life depended on it, I suppose. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. Embrace the moment. Make sure to stay safe and keep riding. He loves it. Except the 3 hackers I ran into on shipment bubs on Christmas night. This guy can't be stopped. He's on into a shipment. And, I mean, yeah, these guys trying to ruin his day on Christmas Day. Like, what are these guys playing at? Let's be honest. And just to mention this as well, given we're talking about the OpTic Dynasty and the jetpack era and that type of stuff, this from Ali Miller that kind of blew up on the timeline and thought was pretty funny. Seeing tweets from CoD players wanting jetpacks back after working on the game in 2016, right? I guess back in the day, like 2016, 2017, the community opinion really was, okay, jetpacks, they've got to go. But nowadays, everyone seems to want them back. But, maybe it'll happen at some point or another. Things tend to go in swings and roundabouts. At the same time, though, Warzone leads the charge nowadays. Is that ever going to go to a jetpack situation? I guess we can only hope, to be honest. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. I just like you should see it as well. And help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks as always, take care, and I will see you next time.